All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to all the brothers out here laboring in this truth with sincerity. And shalom to the few sisters that watch. It's your brother Radaj just coming back with another quick lesson. Just going into how, you run across these unbelievers, and no matter what, you tell them, or no matter what scriptures you show them, that they still don't get it. It just goes to show you that Yahweh Shem Shai has these people blinded, and it's actually a waste of time to even deal with these people, man. So we just gonna go into that. We had camp, this past Saturday, and an unbeliever came up. He was a so-called, a Muslim or whatever he said. Might just do a video on it, actually going into the video, but he really basically just interrupted the count, man. He was, going into how he's a Muslim, but he believes what we're saying. But then again, he couldn't get with it. He didn't say he couldn't get with it, but his actions showed. But anyway, man, not just that Jake, but other people you encounter, man, your family, people you run into every day. Not to say that we out here talking to people, but it's just the people, that come by the camp or whatever. People that hear this word that can't get it. So lock you for the rambling. But we'll go to the book of St. Matthew, and Lord willing, this internet don't take all day. But we'll go to the book of St. Matthew chapter 12, and we'll go to start at verse 46. And this is our Lord Yahweh Shai talking, man. Our Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. All right, this book of St. Matthew chapter 12, verse 46. It says, while he yet talked with the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. So, Salakia, every time you get into a lesson, interruption come, phone call, that just cuts the camera, man. But anyway, Salakia, you know, this is, back, it's our Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, this is the book of St. Matthew chapter 12 and verse 46. It says, while he yet talked with the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. So, our Lord Yahweh Shai was speaking. And his mother and his brother, family, his mother, and his brothers came up to speak with him. Verse 47 says, then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. So they wanted to talk to him, while he was in the midst of preaching the word, spreading the word, man. Says, but he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who is my brethren? And it says, verse 49, and he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. So in this, you see the exclamation mark. So he said it with emphasis. It says, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. So, whether people in the world, say they understand, they agree with some of what we're saying, man, but they can't really get it, and they not actually doing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You worshiping other gods. You saying that you understand, but you see scriptures about pork, and you constantly eat it. You just going against what Yahweh Shem Yahushai set forth. You're not a brother. No matter, and it's not about color. This Jake wanted to stress color, as a lot of people do. But it's not about color, man. It's all about the spirit. The spirit itself bears witness. So if you don't agree with this word, then you're not a part of the brotherhood. basically. And you should be left alone, man. We're not here to cast pearls before swine, man. You know, uh, and that's just it. So we're at a point in time, man, where we almost at the end. So we can't be wasting time with these unbelievers. So let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 3. And it's one we always get. It's the book of Romans, chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Shem Shai without effect?" So, if you don't believe, is it going to change the words that Yahweh Shem Shai has put in this book? No. It's not going to change it. You're just a one leaf on the tree, so to speak, that's about to fall off. Basically, you're not a factor. You like the dust of the balance, man. So, verse 4 says, Yahweh Shem Shai forbid, let Yahweh Shem Shai be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So, these words are faithful and true, man. Whether they believe it or not, what we're saying, whether they saying that, a lot of people say we're crazy. A lot of people say that we're in a cult or whatever. A lot of people come up against this word, man, but in the end, it's going to be proven to be true. And all these people that come up against this word, all these people that come up against the men out on the highways and hedges, signing and crying, with the 100% truth, that's professing the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, all those people that come up against are going to take that chip, man, and ultimately be destroyed here in Babylon the Great. And that's just the ultimate, the end of them, man. Until they're born again into the kingdom. But, man, we're not to waste time on these people, man. We see them every day, and they look at you as the oddball. When you say, man, I can't eat that, man. I don't really eat pork like that, and they looking at you like you going off, but you don't want to get into the scriptures and actually break it down to them because they're not going to get it, man. Depending on where you are. If you're out on the highways and hedges, it's all fair game. But 9 times out of 10, the people out that stop by, they ain't gonna get it either, man. So this is all about edification at this point, man. It's not about proving yourself to these unbelievers. It's a waste of time, So let's get the book of Titus, chapter 3. And we're going to start at verse 8. It says, "This is a faithful saying, and these things I will that thou affirm constantly, that they which have believed in Yahweh Shem Shai might be careful to maintain good works. These things are good and profitable unto men." So, these words that are coming out, the words that are being spoken, from Apostle Hall on down, the man of GMS, man, these words are profitable unto men. They're good and profitable unto men, and ultimately will lead to salvation, man. It's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, of course. But it is rules and regulations even within this truth, man. Even preaching this truth, verse 9, it says, "But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions and strivings about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain." It's a waste of time, man, talking to these people, debating these people. As you see Deacon Hakar, that they love that debate type stuff, which is total nonsense. basically wasting time with unbelievers. Um, foolish questions, man. Like the Jake that came up to us. Really, he asking questions, but he said he already been watching. And you could tell that he had been watching, and it was kind of calculated, by the questions he asked. But they were, some of them were legitimate questions, you know, that we answered, but, you know, it was, like I say, it still was a waste of time. Even with the people that you're around, even in your own household, man. You these people want to inquire, basically being nosy about what we doing. And then you explain to them what we doing, explain to them the basics, and, they blow it off, but it's ultimately going to end um, in destruction, man. Because it's sin in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, whether they may think it is or not. Whether they commit adultery, even something that they may think is simple, as far as eating unclean foods, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is gonna utterly destroy these people for eating unclean foods. So let's go to verse 10. It says, "A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition reject." So if you see people that can't get it, whether it's your friend, your neighbor down the street or whatever, just giving examples. If you explain to these people and they constantly coming up against this word, then reject. Don't even share the word with them no more, man. Don't even explain nothing to them. Act like you don't even hear them when they start talking that, man. So let's go into a couple of these words, man. Let's see what heretic.
Strong's G 141. Heretikas. Heretikas.
Hereticus says a schismatic heretic. Let's see. Says fitted or able to take or choose a thing. Schismatic, factitious, a follower of false doctrine, heretic. A follower of false doctrine, a follower of idols, man. Whether you read the scriptures or not. That's what that Jake said. I believe in the Bible. I'm a Muslim, but I believe in the Bible. You're a follower of a false doctrine, man. So he was a heretic, that particular Jake. And the rest of these Christians are heretics because they ain't got the truth. So let's go into this word admonition.
Strong's G 3559. Nuthesia. Nuthesia.
Nuthesia. Admonition, exhortation. Says a derivative calling attention, mild rebuke or warning. Admonition. That's what it is. When you explain to these people what they shouldn't do, or what Yahweh Shem Yahushua expects of them, it's a mild rebuke or a warning, man. You basically warning these people, how to avoid destruction or sudden judgment, So after the first and second warning, man, you got to reject these unbelievers, basically, So this was just a quick lesson, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Lord willing, it was edifying. And, we want to constantly give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Shalom.